Hello everyone, welcome to the course PLC for Beginners, and today is going to be a very important lecture, that is PLC analog and digital wiring in Siemens S7-1200 series. As this will be our last lecture for PLC wiring, so we will be implementing all the knowledge which we gained in our last three lectures. So let's start. So this is Siemens S7-1200 series PLC. Here we are going to do all the wiring. We are going to do analog, input output wiring. We are going to also do digital input output wiring. So I will be try to take an example to show how the wiring is done. Before moving to the wiring, let's know other stuffs about PLC. So the series S7-1200 comes with three variants. First is AC, DC, relay. Second one is DC, DC, relay. And the third one is DC, DC, DC. So the first letter of every series, it is basically first letter is basically the input type of PLC, input for PLC. So this series PLC can have an AC or DC input. Now the second word for this is the output for PLC from PLC. So this series will only give a DC output, and generally the output is DC 24 volt. And this output we will use to make our PLC a syncing or sourcing type PLC. And the third one is the output. The output here means the signal output. Signal output, or you can say output signals. For our purposes, we are going to be using a AC DC relay type. And this PLC do not come with analog input output, so we will be adding an imaginary analog input output for our understanding. So that's not an issue. So let's understand this PLC. So here you can see we have a 120 to 240 volt input AC. Then we have the output which is 24 volt. In some PLC you have to outsource the 24 volt DC output, but most of the PLC has SMPS, switch mode power supply, which convert the supply to 24 volt DC. So the supply can be either AC or DC, or it will get converted to 24 volt DC. We have a common, this is one name is our common, and this is the ports, and this is also a port. You can make two common if there is one more option available. And here you have relay output. Here you have to make a syncing and sourcing type. So this is common, and these are our ports. This is also another common. So you can have one syncing output here, and you can have one sourcing output here, depending on your application. So now we know about this PLC. Now let's start wiring. So we will connect our AC source and earth here, and neutral here. We can also connect the earth. We will get a DC output, and this is a body earthing. You can do body earthing for safety. So now we have our input supply clear. We have our output supply, and here at common, if you connect the negative, it will be a syncing type PLC. And if you connect positive here, if we let me clear, it will be sourcing type. So for this video, I will be using syncing type everywhere. So let's connect our negative here. And we will connect two push buttons. So let's connect one push button here. This is a NO type push button. NO push button. And we'll connect one other push button here. This is a NC push. button. So now we have also our digital inputs. These are digital inputs connected. Now let's connect our analog input. So first I have to make an extension module to connect the analog input. I will take a black color. We'll make a common 3 holes. This will be common. We'll take it 1M. Let's make, I will name it 2M. This will be zero point 0. This will be 0.1. And we also have output. This will be 3L. This will be 0.0. This can be 0.1. So in the earlier video, I have told you how the analog input is connected. So there will be a sensor here. Sensor will have some signals. It will go to transmitter, or you can say transducer, which will give either a voltage type or a current type output. So voltage may vary from 0 to 10 volt and current output will be 4 to 20 milliampere. So assume we have a current type, so it will be have a positive or negative. So as we are using a sinking type, it will be a DC output. So we'll connect our negative terminal to here, negative, and positive to here. As I told you, we are going to use syncing type in all over our PLC. So we will make the common as a syncing type and we'll connect the output from the sensor transmitter to our PLC. So now our input supply is clear, our output DC supply is clear, our digital input is clear, and our analog input is also clear. So now let's move to the analog output. So assume we have a heat somewhere, okay, and the temperature is sensed by thermocouple. This is a thermocouple sensor which gives the output to our transmitter or transducer, which give an output range from 4 to 20 milliampere. Will go like this. And assume this output is fetched here at the input of the PLC here. And we have programmed our PLC such like that the temperature of the heat should be maintained at 100 degrees Celsius. So near the heat we have our fan, and if the temperature increases, the temperature increases, the speed of the fan decreases. So the flow of air should be reduced to control the heat, and vice versa. If the temperature decreases, the speed of the fan increases to increase the flow of air to force the combustion to increase the temperature. So now we have our input, but we need to control the speed of the fan as per the temperature changes. So assume that fan is connected to a motor, and motor will have a motor controller including motor driver. So we will give the analog output which will be sent by the PLC as per the temperature to control the speed of the motor, which will control the speed of the fan eventually to control the speed. So this was a basic example for analog input and output. Now let's move to the relay output. Relay output is basically very simple. You have 1L and 2L. You can connect one DC source here and also one AC source here because we have two common here, common one and common two. And we'll connect our relays here or any load unit, lamp, or in any load you can connect any motor using the relays, small motors directly to the relay, or you can connect any contactor, VSIs. So this was our digital output. So this was our overall wiring diagram for PLC, and it includes all the digital input and digital output, analog input and analog output diagram. So that's all for this lecture, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends so that they can also learn PLC. I will be attaching the PDF file for this page in the description of the video. In the next lecture, we are going to start the software part. So we are going to install the Delta ISP software for PLC. Thank you, and like, share and subscribe.